What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Cloud Slayer channel. Hope you guys are doing well. I had a lot on my mind recently. I know I've been something that's been on the minds of many people since I was a little guy, since I could ever recall. People giving up, people killing themselves, people killing other people, but mostly, people killing themselves and doing drugs and. The drugs ultimately kill them. They overdose. They do stuff, stuff like that, like those hardcore drugs, like meth, heroin, and various things like that. It sucks and it's sad. It's like, what can you actually? You can't really do nothing about it. Like you could try to tell these people to not do it, to do better things, to channel their energies to other parts of their life that could be more positive and stuff like that. And a lot of times it could be too late, or they think they're alone, or they think nobody loves them. I don't know, there's so many different factors, or they just just can't take it anymore, too much pressures or something. It's sad. It's a sad reality that we all face. Like what's the ongoing question? Like, how do you stop them from doing that? And if you could, even for some of these guys and girls who end up giving up on life, how do you make them realize that there's more to it, that it'll get better if they work at it? And it might not, though, but if they're willing to work at it and they can see some of the beauties that maybe they're not seeing at the time when they decide to give up, and it sucks, man, because are they thinking about people, when they do it? You don't know, because you're not them. You can only go off of experiences of your own things. If you tried to take your own life, if you came close to it, stuff like that. And what kind of mental anguish do you got to be in for you to be in that position where you just end it all? You leave behind kids, you leave behind a wife or girlfriend or whatever, significant other, children's, niece, nephews, grandparents, parents, all that shit, right? Grandkids, whatever. And it's sad. And I guess I can only speak about what my thoughts were when I contemplated that, and when I came close to ending it as well. Like, I was a young man. I was 21, going on 22, when I was staring down the barrel of a gun when I was going to pull the trigger. And I hopefully ended it all at that time. I was drinking heavily. I started drinking a lot more at that time. Started smoking more dope. Ended up starting doing like pills around this time too. Pills. Some people that I regarded as friends, and sometimes they're not your friends, especially when you get sober and stuff like that. When you kick the drugs and the alcohol. I mean, sometimes you'll retain some good friends. Like, I got a couple of really good friends that I love, and I care for very much. I had one of them on the podcast, and I'm very grateful for him and his brother. And I love those guys. No homo. I just want those guys to know that. My boys, the Hagens, George and Josh, I love those dudes. And they're always welcome at my house, and I'm always welcome there too. If they ever need anything, they hit me up, whatever. So I'll hit them up. But sometimes not all of us are that lucky for it and stuff like that, to have good friends to tell us that we have problems and stuff like that, and help us feel more wanted, or people that help us pull us off that ledge, per se. So, but more on that. It was like I was a young man, 21 to 22 almost, and I almost came close. I was in a bad relationship. I was in a bad place. Not only a relationship with somebody else, but a relationship with myself, within myself. And I locked myself away from everybody else. And I didn't want none of that stuff. And I wasn't thinking about my families and stuff like that. My family, everybody that was significant to me at the time. And like, in my mind, I thought that they wouldn't care, or stuff like that. That they wouldn't even miss me. That probably nobody would show up. I would think stupid shit like that, right? Strung out on drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. And I'm very selfish. I was very selfish. I was making shit choices to do that and continue to do that when I knew the consequences of those actions. Was seeing it going on. I've seen, some of the strongest looking people physically reduced to really sickly people that, no good, that they were on the verge of death, or if the drugs don't make you that sick, it might make you sick mentally or internally, and sometimes you can't see it. And if you don't see it, some people they can't tell, and it's a very common thing, and it sucks. It's sad. It's like, how do you help these people? Like, you can probably go to these places like a BetterHelp or get a therapist or something like that to help you maybe see these things. There's a lot of programs. I think there's like a text line for 988. So if anybody's watching this and you're contemplating that, try to reach out some resources. Like I said, reach out to me. I'll talk to you the best I can. I can only touch on some of the things that I experienced in my own insignificant life, my short life. Not insignificant, all life's significant, but I misused that word, my bad. But short life, we all see a lot, we all experience a lot, and stuff like that. And just sometimes we don't see the value of it as we normally would, especially if we're into drugs and alcohol, or you're just depressed and stuff like that. If you're depressed, man, you got to try to find the help. Nobody can make you do it. I had a friend once that was battling this, and he's battling drugs. I became somebody that I told him, hey man, you want to go in? You got to go in, brother. You got to go in. You know that you have the problem. You just got to get your ass in there and get that shit fixed out. And you couldn't force him, because if you tried to force him, he'd be trying to fight you. You know what I mean? Physically fight you. You can only wish the best for him. You're like, it's your choice. I'm not gonna physically fight you to get your dumb ass in there to get that help. You know what I mean? Because as an adult, you have your own choices to make, whether you want to continue to use the drugs or not, or if you choose to put them down and help yourself and make your life a little bit better for yourself, and for those around you, the ones that love you deeply and wholeheartedly, and may have overlooked some of your bullshit, but there will be a point, if you're currently going down that path, that they're not going to take your shit anymore. They're going to stop catering. They're going to stop enabling you to continue to that bad behavior. And sometimes they might not say nothing, and they might just cut you off there. And you're going to get pissed at them. You're going to hate them. You're going to blame them. And if you never realize that it's actually you that you should be pissed at, and getting better and working at, and acknowledging your own fucking behaviors, then nothing's ever going to change. Most of the battle is going to come from within. I can't do it for you, and neither can any of your loved ones. So if you're feeling that way, you got to remember the battle starts within your heart, your soul, your mind. And if you're serious about it, go get that fucking help, dude. And girls, guys, girls, chicken nuggets, whatever. I strongly encourage it. Some people might be able to pull themselves out of it and see their errors in their own ways, but how often does that happen? Not very often, but it's less likely than when you go out and seek it yourself. So I'll encourage you right now to go out there and find some help. Very easy to find some links to many things, if you're having troubles with money and stuff, man, there's a lot of government programs that couldn't help you, but it's going to take a little bit of work and effort to help you try to be better about these things in your life and stuff like that. I think that's pretty much all I had to say. I personally, I don't agree with like suicides and stuff like that, but obviously that's because I don't want to do it. And if I do, then I'm not thinking clearly, and I don't have anybody's best interest in mind. That's how I feel about it. I'm not gonna badmouth anybody that has done it and stuff like that. It's sad that somebody's went to that extent. I'm sure everybody's suffered from that, man. It's sad. Makes you want to cry and stuff like that. And whether I agree with it or not, people are still going to do it. So I just wish that they wouldn't, that they do seek to help, and that they do realize that it's within them. They're capable of doing it if they're willing to do it, and they're going, then you're going to do it. You can do whatever you put your mind to. You're a beautiful human being, and you're capable of kicking that bullshit. If you don't believe in yourself, you gotta find that belief. Sometimes it could be your kids, it could be a significant other or somebody else. It could be religion, stuff like that. So I want to wish anybody best of luck if you're going through that. If you watch this, hold your head up, brother or sister. You are loved, whether you know it or not, whether you feel like it or not, whether those drugs have consumed you or not. You're never alone, man and girl. I hope you guys have a great one. Stay safe, stay sober. Well, sober as you can, legally, I suppose. But there's some bad things that can come from weed and stuff too. So if you're addicted to weed, and you got to kick it, you kick that motherfucker in the ass. Get him out of your fucking life, man. But anyways, peace out, guys. Love you guys. If you're new here, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. If not, if you're returning, hey, welcome back, guys. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Peace out.